Discussing a recent movie you've seen. Hello, English learners. Welcome to another lesson that will help you improve your listening skills and expand your vocabulary. Today, we're going to talk about how to discuss a movie you've recently seen. This is a great topic for conversation with friends, family, or even new people you meet. Let's dive in and learn some useful words and phrases to talk about movies. Introduction. When you're talking about a movie you've seen, it's good to start with some basic information. You might want to mention the title of the movie, when you saw it, and where you watched it. For example, you could say, I recently watched a movie called The Adventure Quest. I saw it last weekend at the cinema with my friends. This gives people a quick idea about what you're going to talk about. Now, let's go through different aspects of the movie you might want to discuss. The plot. The plot is the story of the movie. When you're describing the plot, try to give a brief overview without giving away too much. You don't want to spoil the movie for others who haven't seen it yet. Here's an example. The movie is about a group of friends who go on a camping trip in the mountains. They discover an old map and decide to look for hidden treasure. Along the way, they face many challenges and learn important lessons about friendship and teamwork. Remember, you can use words like story, about, or follows when introducing the plot. The story follows a young girl who moves to a new city and has to make new friends. It's about a detective trying to solve a mysterious crime. The characters. Movies are brought to life by their characters. When discussing a movie, it's common to talk about the main characters and what they're like. You might want to mention who the main characters are, what they look like, their personalities, what they do in the movie. Here's an example. The main character is a boy named Tom. He's about 12 years old, with curly brown hair and glasses. Tom is very smart and loves to read books about adventures. In the movie, he's the one who figures out most of the clues to find the treasure. You can also talk about other important characters. Tom's best friend is a girl named Sarah. She's brave and athletic. She helps the group when they have to climb steep rocks or cross rivers. The villain in the movie is an old explorer who's also looking for the treasure. He's greedy and doesn't care about protecting nature like the kids do. The setting. The setting is where and when the story takes place. This can be really important to the movie's atmosphere. You might want to describe where the movie is set, city, country, planet, etc. What time period it's in, present day, historical, future. What the environment looks like. For example, the movie is set in the Rocky Mountains in Canada. It takes place during summer vacation. The scenery is beautiful, with tall pine trees, clear blue lakes, and snow-capped mountains in the background. Or for a different type of movie, this sci-fi film is set 200 years in the future. Most of the story happens on a space station orbiting Earth. The space station looks very high-tech, with lots of shiny metal and glowing screens everywhere. The genre. Movies come in different types, or genres. Talking about the genre can help give people an idea of what kind of movie it is. Some common genres are action, comedy, drama, horror, science fiction, sci-fi, romance, animation, documentary. You can say something like, The Adventure Quest is mainly an adventure movie, but it also has some funny parts, so I'd call it an action comedy. This movie is a romantic comedy. It's a love story, but it made me laugh a lot too. The acting. A big part of any movie is the actors and how well they play their roles. You can talk about whether you thought the acting was good or not. Here are some phrases you might use. I thought the acting was really good. The main actor made me believe he was really a 12-year-old boy on an adventure. Some of the acting felt a bit fake to me. The villain didn't seem scary enough. I was really impressed by the actress who played Sarah. She did a great job showing how brave and kind her character was. Special effects. Many movies today use special effects to create amazing visuals. If the movie you saw had notable special effects, you might want to mention them. The special effects in this movie were incredible. When the kids were crossing a rope bridge over a deep canyon, it felt so real that it made my heart race. This sci-fi movie had awesome special effects. The alien creatures looked so lifelike, and the space battles were really exciting. The music. Music plays a big role in creating the mood of a movie. You can talk about whether you noticed the music and how it made you feel. I loved the music in this movie. It was exciting during the adventure scenes and soft and emotional during the sad parts. The movie had a great soundtrack with popular songs. I've been listening to the music on Spotify since I saw the film. Your opinion. When you're discussing a movie, people often want to know what you thought about it. Did you like it? Why or why not? Here are some ways to express your opinion. I really enjoyed this movie. It was exciting from start to finish, and it made me laugh a lot too. I thought the movie was okay, but it wasn't as good as I expected. The story was a bit predictable. In my opinion, this was one of the best movies I've seen this year. The acting was great, and the story kept me interested the whole time. Remember, it's okay if you didn't like the movie. You can say, to be honest, I didn't really like this movie. I found it boring, and the plot didn't make much sense to me. Favorite parts. If you enjoyed the movie, you might want to talk about your favorite scenes or moments. My favorite part was when the kids finally found the treasure cave. The look of excitement on their faces was so real. I loved the scene where Tom and Sarah had to work together to solve a difficult puzzle. It showed how smart and determined they both were. Themes and messages. Many movies have underlying themes or messages. These are the big ideas or lessons that the movie tries to communicate. For example, one of the main themes of the movie was the importance of friendship. The kids learned that they could achieve more by working together than alone. The movie had a strong message about protecting the environment. The kids realized that the real treasure was the beautiful nature around them, not gold or jewels. Comparisons. Sometimes, it's helpful to compare the movie you saw to other movies. This can give people a better idea of what to expect. If you like the Indiana Jones movies, you'll probably enjoy this one too. It has the same kind of adventure and treasure hunting. This romantic comedy reminded me a lot of Notting Hill. It has a similar story about a regular person falling in love with a famous movie star. Recommending the movie. After discussing the movie, you might want to say whether you would recommend it to others. I would definitely recommend this movie to anyone who likes adventure stories. It's great for both kids and adults. If you enjoy sci-fi movies with lots of special effects, I think you'd really like this film. While I enjoyed the movie, I'm not sure I'd recommend it to everyone. It might be too scary for young children. Talking about the filmmaker. If you know something about the director or the people who made the movie, you can mention this too. This movie was directed by Steven Spielberg. He's famous for making other great adventure movies like Jurassic Park and E.T. The screenplay was written by the same person who wrote The Lion King. You can see some similarities in the way the story is told. The cinema experience. If you saw the movie in a cinema, also called a movie theater, you might want to talk about that experience. I saw this movie on the opening night, and the cinema was packed. Everyone was really excited. We watched it in 3D, which made the action scenes even more thrilling. It felt like we were right there in the adventure with the characters. The cinema had really comfortable seats and great sound. It made watching the movie even more enjoyable. Watching at home. If you watched the movie at home, you can talk about that too. I streamed this movie on Netflix. It was nice to be able to pause it when I needed a snack. We had a movie night at home with my family. We made popcorn and turned off all the lights to make it feel like a real cinema. Cultural impact. Some movies become very popular and have a big impact on popular culture. If this is the case, you might mention it. This movie has become really popular. Everyone at school is talking about it, and I've seen lots of memes about it online. The movie's catchphrase "adventure is out there" has become really famous. People are using it all the time now. Learning English through movies.
Watching movies in English can be a great way to improve your language skills. You might want to talk about this. I watched this movie in English with subtitles. It helped me learn some new words and phrases. I've seen this movie 3 times now. Each time I watch it, I understand more of the dialogue without needing to read the subtitles. Conclusion. Discussing a movie you've seen is a great way to practice your English and have interesting conversations with others. Remember, when you're talking about a movie, you can mention the basic information, title, when you saw it, the plot story, the characters, the setting, the genre, the acting, special effects, music, your opinion, favorite parts, themes and messages, comparisons to other movies, whether you'd recommend it, information about the filmmaker, your experience watching it in the cinema or at home, any cultural impact, how it helped you learn English. Everyone has different tastes in movies, so don't worry if your opinion is different from others. The most important thing is to express your thoughts clearly and listen to what others have to say too. I hope this lesson has given you lots of ideas for how to discuss movies in English. Remember, the more you practice, the easier it will become to talk about this topic. Keep watching movies in English and don't be shy about sharing your thoughts with others. Good luck with your English learning journey and enjoy discussing movies with your friends and family.